What's going on, you guys? Indead here again. Want to do a new video for y'all. So I was curious, just curious. I'm not trying to say I'm anyone special or anything. I was just curious if I took a poll for something like an Indead Q&A, would you guys think that was a good idea? Would you guys care? Would you guys enjoy an Indead Q&A if I took down a bunch of comments, put them in a text file, read them off, and boom, did a Q&A answering the questions? To me it sounds fun because I always like picking people's brains. I've been playing games since I was 5, 6, 7, and I've been collecting games since I was 5, 6, 7. So I like to go back and hear the whole history of stuff. I'm in game design classes, and in the first class I ever took, the professor set up so everyone introduced themselves and said what their favorite game of all time was, or what games they're playing now, and what's their favorite game of all time. And everyone listed what their favorite game of all time was like a game that came out in the last 3 or 4 years, 2 or 3 years, or that year. And I'm like, no, I put down Conker's Bad Fur Day and Crash Team Racing and Super Mario RPG Legend of 7 Stars, like older games. New games are fine. I'm not saying new games are dumb. I'm not the person who's, oh, new games are terrible. No, new games are good, but a game that's come out in the last year or two is probably not the best game of all time. So I thought it was funny to have people say like, oh, this is the best game of all time. And then I asked them, I was like, oh yeah, well, what was your first console? And they're like, a PS3. And I'm like, you're fucking 20. Your first console's a PS3? Is that normal? Is that normal? Like an 8-year-old? Like a 20-year-old? I thought that was just mind freaking explosion blown. Because I was like, what? That's a concept? My first console is current gen. That didn't make any sense to me. That's a totally different world. So, anyway, that's the kind of thing I thought that was an interesting concept. And so I'm always like trying to pick people's brains, like, well, what games did you play? Or what game styles do you like? Or what do you like for this? Or why do you like this game? Or what do you think about this? And blah, blah, blah. Trying to get different stuff, because ultimately, if you were actually trying to make your own game, you need to take everyone's opinion, and you need to take everyone's opinion into consideration to ultimately try and create the most marketable, most profitable game. So I thought that whole thing was kind of interesting. So I always like when people ask me, because I would like to tell them. In fact, I tell nobody. I just do a video here by myself on YouTube and just talk in front of the camera because I think it's fun. So I'll talk to nobody if I want to, as far as that. So anyway, if you guys actually have any Q&A questions, would like to try and throw some Q&A question stuff together, I'd be more than welcome to. So do me one of two things. Say, yes, I'm interested in Indead Q&A in the bottom. Or, no, that sounds stupid as hell, don't do that. Or actually leave a question down below, or leave questions. I much prefer questions down below. So yeah, and if I get actually a decent amount of them, or even just a few, 4 or 5 of them, I will throw up a video for you guys, because I think that sounds like a fun topic. I always see lots of people for example, like Pete Dorr does Q&As, or like Temfu Ibis, he does Q&As all the time. So I think those are all cool concepts, and then Temfu Ibis will do like a 20, 25, 30-minute video of him just doing a Q&A, answering all these questions. I think that's cool. Now, I'm not personally set up in a situation where I can do a stream, or a streaming service, Ustream, or Justin TV, or Twitch, or anything like that, where I could do any actual, decent stream, Q&A, live Q&A session, people sitting there texting to me at the time. I don't have a fan base, I don't have the hardware, I don't have the setup to do that. So that's not interesting to me. I cannot actually do that. But if someone wants to leave me a text-based response for a Q&A, I will gladly look into it and respond to it. Anyway, guys, please let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, as always, and I will catch y'all later. Peace.